Previously on Block of the Berry.
Court! Fuck you, son. Court! Fuck you.
Oh
Court
my
for what?
God.
Court! Kiss my ass. Court! I'll see you in court. You know what I'm
You
saying?
black son of a
Your
bitch.
people is crazy. You said
black son
that
of a
he
bitch.
knew. You black bitch, look at you! What?
Where the fuck is this interview, man? Take forever. Come in.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
So this ad on Christmas, are you hanging?
Yeah. Sit down. What's your name?
Yusuf.
Yusuf. Look like a brother to me, but alright. Yusuf, how do you feel about LeBron?
Well, I know it's for the kids.
I mean, like on the court. How do you feel about him on the court?
Oh yeah, he's a good wide receiver.
Whoa, wait a minute. What? He's a good wide receiver. Get out.
Let's talk about the things that matter.
Get out. You're fired. Get out.
Let's get in.
Stacy, bring in the next one. That last one was fucking crazy. Stacy, this better be a good one. Bring him in.
Yeah, well, what's up? I'm answering the back page ad.
Whoa, what ad, bro?
What's good, man? What's going on? What are we doing now?
Lowe's.
Oh, what's up? Sarge, what's going on, bro?
All right, sir. All right. So I don't know what you know what we do here, but I want you to tell me how.
Oh, you're talking sports? Yeah, I know all about sports, bro. What's the issue?
I was talking about maybe politics. How do you feel about this whole thing with Trump and how he's the president? How do you feel about that?
Trump's the president.
Yeah. You live under a rock, or what are you talking about? All right, forget that. What about? I don't know. Do you vote?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Right, what would you mean? I voted for fucking...
Stacy, that last group of interviews was terrible. Listen, this next one better be a good one, man. Yusuf, what kind of name do you give a brother? Starch. Fucking starch, America. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. This black and berry shit gotta pop, but
Bruh!
I can't.
Bruh!
What are you even doing?
Listen, you know what I'm saying? Shit happened. You know what I'm saying? Shit goes down. What happened to that lawsuit you were talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Who comes in with a coaster and double fizzing to a bar?
The God. Like, yeah, I heard you were talking like, you know what I mean? What's up with that lawsuit she done?
First of all, you almost broke my wrist, and you're dating my sister, dude. It's not okay.
One, you ran up on the guy. Two, yes, this is good people. She told me that she said she spoke to you, because I was gonna holler at you.
Let me tell you something.
She said,
I can't do this show by myself, alright? I need you. But what I need you to do is stop talking to my sister, man. That's the only way we can get this done.
Oxtails is real, bro.
I don't care about oxtails, bro. Our show is fine.
If I asked you, would you get them for me, though?
I could probably do that.
It ain't worth it. Alright, yeah, let's do that.
You good?
Yeah.
Alright,
You know what I'm
cool.
saying? But nah, but her oxtails is real.
I understand that, but keep her oxtails to herself, alright?
To herself?
Yeah, don't.
I can't have
no.
oxtails.
Black in the berry, man. We out.
I can't handle oxtails.
Drank all the Douce, man. Got a little tipsy and shit happens. You know what I was thinking about?
Yup.
how come when women ask you to be their Snapchat friends, they view your story, but they never hit you up? Why are you why are we even friends? That's like me being Instagram friends with you and you don't like none of my pictures. Like, why are you even here?
Time out.
You're taking up space. You're taking up space, man. Get out of my friends.
No, that's not. That's being petty.
What?
No, it's being petty. One, she said she wanted to be a Snapchat friend. Not she want to fuck you. So like, don't get mad at her.
I'm sorry. Where's the misunderstanding in that? Am I wrong?
It's 2018, bro.
Okay.
Bro, it doesn't work like that. Like,
No. It's 2018. People, all I do is send hard eyes and they get some. All right. Wait, what are you saying?
You got Charlemagne getting bumped.
Sure.
You got like fucking like everybody's getting bumped, bro. So like I don't understand your point. Like
My point is that
I don't get it.
I befriended you to be Snapchat friends with me. First of all, you're getting the pleasure.
So because she's friends with you, she's automatically supposed to give it up?
No.
That's terrible.
No.
So what are you talking about?
I'm just saying you gotta at least interact. You don't be friends with nobody you don't interact. That don't make no damn sense. If I befriend you on Instagram, I don't like none of your pictures, I don't comment, none of that. I'm like a phantom follower.
Okay.
You don't want
Does
that.
that happen? So you aren't a faithful follower. So you're telling me
Yo, stop.
that
Ask me so many questions.
you're telling me there's people on your list that every time they post, you hit the like button, you're commenting? Is it the truth? If not, shut the fuck up. You're wasting my time, your time, and their time.
Some of my
Hey,
some of my friends, I don't always hit the like button.
you don't hit it for most of them.
How do you know? You got the account, you got the insight on my motherfucking Instagram?
Yes, I do.
All right.
I
well,
do. I
let me tell you
do.
something.
It's logged in. I can see your activities.
Here's the thing. For those who
Doesn't matter.
For those who post on Instagram and I don't like, I like y'all pictures, but just not physically. I like y'all spiritually. I'm like, that dress
Alright,
looks cute.
so let me. Alright, time
That dress looks cute. I don't.
Let me just
It's
go the
like
whole
money.
thing. Let me just go
I
the
be
whole
scrolling.
damn.
You
let me
ever
go the whole damn
just
thing out.
like something and just keep scrolling? Like she got a fat ass. Keep scrolling. Don't mean I don't not like it. I just don't click like.
Nigga, then you don't like it if you don't fucking like it. It doesn't matter. You have to click the goddamn like button. You dumbass.
This ain't Tinder. You don't have to swipe left or swipe right when you like something.
Yes, you do, bitch.
I can like something in a different realm than Instagram. I'm like,
I'm keeping
fat.
all the 100 with you. All the 100 with you.
Let's do it.
You really not shit and you're fucking ignorant. What the fuck do you mean
Tell me
if you
something I don't.
don't like something? You know what? It's the same nigga who don't fucking vote. So why the fuck am I having this conversation with your punk ass?
I wasn't even supposed to have this conversation with you. If it wasn't for Starch, you wouldn't even be here right now.
Starch, bitch, Yusuf told me your ass can't hold an interview.
What a name like Yusuf? What kind of name is that?
First of all, the nigga name is Yusuf, and he fucking died to get his. Did you die to get yours? No. Shut the fuck up.
Welcome back to Black of the Berry, home of the sweet truth. I love it. What I wanted to get into now, and what I wanted to educate the people on, my man Dean, is the fact that 9/11 has had such an effect on us as American citizens, as people, that we don't even notice. The government is using the world's best job against our own country.
Amen.
It's an inside work. This wasn't a terrorist attack. It was an inside work. We did
terrorist attack.
Yes. Yes. We did this to provoke ourselves into going into the region.
Wait. So I just want to just make sure I'm right. You're saying that the American government was behind 9/11.
Absolutely. Same way they're around Pearl Harbor. Let me tell you something.
Okay,
If something flying from Japan is flying west, it will take a pretty long time to do that, and we would be able to see it.
It's a difference between you saying they were behind the attack versus they knew the attack would happen. They did nothing to stop.
Regardless, aren't you
That's a difference.
included though? Aren't you included?
But that's different.
Okay.
That's very
Regardless,
that's very different.
Okay. All right. I see your point.
See what I'm saying? It's very
but
different.
either way, you still are involved though, because if you know
I don't argue that.
if you know what's happening, you know what's going down, and you
There's a
just,
syphilis with the Tuskegee
and you
Airman. So
neglect it.
I'm with it, but I'm just saying you gotta be
either
careful.
way, U.S. there's something behind it, and this might be the episode that gets us actually boot it off because this is we're about to Snowden it out.
Well, speaking of that, so I think actually this would be a good segue into everything. We're talking about attack on civil liberties. So there was a brother, he was labeled a black identity extremist. What you guys don't know now is that that's a new thing now. The FBI, Jeff Sessions, and all the FBI and Jeff Sessions, their new thing is now being a black identity extremist. So like if you're like pro-militant, you're black. So like if you were with like the
if
army,
you just come out of watching Black Panther, you're gonna be a little militant. That's all I'm saying.
but you can't go. So here's the thing. So you can't. And then this is what. So now we get into free speech. So this, all right, you know what? Let's bring it up. There's no reason for me to even sit here and try to like dance around it. No, let's talk about it. So you had Rakeem Balagun, right? And now this is the conversation we get into free speech. This brother went on Facebook one day. He went to a protest, which protested police brutality and also was about his pro Second Amendment, especially for black people. Because I am pro Second Amendment. I believe we all should be armed to have our guns. He went there, and then afterwards he put a post on, and he said something about like there was a cop who killed somebody, an unarmed black person. He said you should take a fire to that person's house, whatever the case is. Yeah, no, this is what he said.
What?
Here's the issue. He said that, right? You put him as a black identity extremist, basically saying that he was like a domestic terrorist. You had to investigate him for 2 years to actually get something on him. And when you investigated him, the only thing you got on him was when he went to fly, because he had a convention about something with gun advocation. He put his handgun through TSA regulations. The brother had a domestic violence dispute a few years prior.
Oh my God.
Over something with his girlfriend. But he followed TSA regulations. You use that, got a warrant, kicked in his house, and has been fucking up his life ever since. Here's my question. He said, yes, you gotta bring a fire to that man's house. I've also heard Alex motherfucking Jones say, hey, listen, they're after our rights, they're after our community, we gotta get our Bible, get our guns, and defend America. What's the difference if we're talking about freedom of motherfucking speech? I really wanna know.
Here's my thing though.
He's calling the same, he's saying the same thing. We gotta get our guns, we gotta get our Bible, protect our rights. He's saying, take a fire to this motherfucker's house for killing somebody unarmed. I'm not agreeing with what he's saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when it comes to the Second Amendment, you let Alex Jones say whatever he wants to say.
My thing is that it's not racial because it's racial now, but in 10 years they're trying to make it a class thing, and it's gonna so supersede race. My thing is that here's what America's doing. You gotta remember, history repeats itself. America has been talking about they're the land of the free. How does that happen? Where your founding fathers are slave owners? How can you speak with such hypocrisy in your statement in like how I don't like how America also was like 9/11 happened, okay, regardless of where we stand in terms of America's involvement, it happened. And when I think that America used it to their advantage, because here's the thing, 9/11 happened, it unified the country. So now we're going against one threat per se, which later became terror.
Just Americanized everybody, because everybody at that point in time, when after 9/11 happened, everybody was American. But it's weird because you have fucking troops over there that were literally, this is facts, they were guarding oil fields.
Right, and that's my thing.
Heroin fields.
And that's my thing.
Like,
Because
yo!
We did that. We did this because now we can go over to Afghanistan and Iraq, who we identified, use the media to identify as the Al Qaeda. You know, this is where their location.
Sure.
So we bomb those places. It takes 11 days for us to fuck that place up. You can't go to Watts, California. You can't go to Baltimore and try to fuck that up in 11 days. It's not happening. But we did that
That's weird. I don't know. If the American military and the government wanted to go in there and fuck that up in 11 days.
Bomb it though, different than shooting it.
First of all, that's the issue.
We're gonna go off topic.
No, we're not. We're not. That's on topic.
My point is what I wanted to get to.
Oh my gosh, that's the issue.
I wanted to get into this actual 45 days after 9/11 happened. The Patriot Act came out. Bush administration says we're going to use wiretaps. We're going to be more proactive instead of reactive, right? So now we're going to detain people for no probable cause. We're going to actually phone records and all this other stuff we're going to search for and keep, and amounts data collection. Like now NSA has turned into Big Brother, and they have eyes on every single lens, every single phone, every single listening device.
Speaking of NSA, I have to talk about this. I would be remiss if I did not speak.
You're always fucking remiss.
Well, I would be remiss if I just mentioned this. So these fuckers at Microsoft are making facial recognition, like
with the contact stuff.
It's even worse. Here's the issue. This is what people don't understand. Like when they're infringing on our rights, we're all fucked.
Yeah, no.
Like, bro, like if they get facial recognition, do you understand the capabilities they have?
Yeah.
They can look at you and categorize you right there. So a salesman can come up to you and literally, you have no idea. They have all your secrets. They know how you shop. They know what you like, know what you dislike. Imagine what that's like if you're a consumer and people put billions of dollars into marketing to get you to buy something or to buy an ideology. It's fucking dangerous.
And here's another thing to piggyback that.
Dangerous.
America used 9/11 actually in an economic factor because we flourish in war-like situations. I think that we let Pearl Harbor happen so that we can involve ourselves in World War II.
You don't believe we did let Pearl Harbor happen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fair enough.
Continue.
Anywho, we let that happen because we can involve ourselves in that war because we flourish so much, you know? So, with that being said, I think that because of Bush administration, you know, they signed a deal in 2001 and it expired, and then Obama, OBZ, renews it and calls it the Freedom Act.
Boom. Talk about it.
And gives it a little bit of changes, basically the same deal.
Boom. Talk about it.
A little bit of change.
Was Edward Snowden really that bad of a person, Obama?
Absolutely not.
Fucking was he?
Absolutely not. Here's the thing.
The fuck out of here.
He presented things that needed to be said. And here's the thing. There's 3 changes from the Patriot Act, from the Freedom Act, excuse me.
He told us everything needs to be said. These fuckers fuck us continuously without a goddamn reach around. So you're telling me I do nothing and you can fucking spy on me?
And here's the thing.
Why is that constitutionally okay?
They get everything backed by the FISA courts. And these FISA courts basically supply them with their secret warrants so they can do things without probable cause. And that's the thing that, you know, we can't defend ourselves with.
Well, that's the shit with the FBI and the black identity extremists. You do one thing, you're on a list. You don't know you're on the list, but you're on that motherfucking list.
And through the one thing I would like to add is the change.
Oh, no. Say remiss, bitch. Say remiss. I know you wanted to. Go ahead and say it,
Alright,
bitch.
ready? Hold on.
Go ahead.
Black and Berry. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that the change from the Freedom Act to the Patriot Act would include the fact that now these companies have to, and by companies I mean phone companies. These phone companies are now receiving the information, and now the NSA has to receive the information from them rather than going straight from.
But here's the issue:
source.
They're still giving the same information, and my problem becomes: if I'm not doing anything, if I'm not on any watch list, you shouldn't watch me. Number 2, if I am on a watch list, you need to notify me of fucking such. No, that's bullshit. It goes against the American Constitution.
It's not bullshit.
Oh, okay.
The HOP system is not bullshit because here's the thing. It works in a nice way. If I'm a terrorist, which I am clearly not, if I am a terrorist, someone who I am in contact with, that becomes my first HOP. You are now on the watch list.
How do I know what you do in your personal fucking
Doesn't matter. You're on the hot list by association. Another person.
But then they won't notify me. Here's my issue.
No, there is no notification. It's all secret. It's all done in secrecy.
That's you. This is fucking America.
But now
you cannot. No.
There's a new amendment from the Freedom Act, which tells us that with the FISA courts and these companies.
This is what I'm talking about.
Statement.
You get labeled as a fucking terrorist. They can do whatever they want with you. Listen, hear me clear and motherfucking well. I have no problems if we're going after active terrorists. But let's take a step back and think about something for 1 second. Newt Gingrich presented a bill that wanted to go after Sharia law. That's what he wanted to do, right? He wants to go after people who are really extremists in their religious views.
Yeah.
Take a step back. Let's look at the Bible. The Bible is not with the shits. It's not. It's as dangerous as Sharia law. Legitimately. If you look at it objectively, it is. So you telling me you want to go after them under that stature would still open up Christians. So then what happens when it turns on you? See, that's what nobody really fucking realizes.
I think it's funny too because you're talking about something like that where we're not as tolerant as we should be in terms of people's beliefs, which is actually funny because that brings back to the American
and Christianity is one of the most violent fucking religions there is.
Which is basically like
shit.
We came over here, well, not we, but the original Americans came over here for religious intolerance.
The original Europeans,
right,
came over here for fucking religious intolerance.
And now we're saying that people can't practice certain variation of Islam, But we gotta go. We'll be right back. Don't change the dial. You gotta calm down, all right? Don't you got a comedy shoot to do?
Where?
Get out of here.
Where?
Get out of here.
Where?
This is Black and Berry.
His mom coming to my
starring Los.
Nah.
I love y'all.
She coming.
Miss my sister again.
We got a date again, son.
I'm breaking again, bro. I'm breaking
I'm going out tonight with her.
All right, keep it up.
After this.
Keep it up, nigga.
Come through.
Keep it up.
Pull up. Pull up, nigga.
Keep it up.
Pull up.
Keep it up.
Pull up.
Spill my drink again, bitch.
Pull up, nigga.
No problem.
Pull up.
No problem. Black and Berry. I don't know
Taking
if
his
it's
sister
survive
out.
again.
Taking his sister out.
Yeah.